How about now? Can you all hear me? Good. I totally said all of that. Nobody could hear a word I was saying. So we're going to start over. Systems. Okay, perfect. Those of you who don't know me, Andrea, I'm not sure if you've met me yet or not, but I am Rachel's husband. The rest of the crew, they're on another call with Mr. Jimmy Smith. He is a 90-year-old millionaire within Isogenics. He's doing a team call, and it was something that they were going to hop on while I went ahead and did the team call for you guys tonight. And so this is my first one. Bear with me. Kind of hang with me while I figure it out. I think I'm looking in the right area on the computer, and I think now you all can hear me, so we're good. All right. Systems. We were on a call yesterday with Katie Noah, and she was at UIA this past few weeks ago in Vancouver, and they interviewed her. She was on stage. Rachel went through a panel, and she talks about the systems she uses within her business. And I'm all about systems because I also work another job. So we're busy, parents, 3 kids, well, 2, 1 on the way, all that kind of stuff. So we have a lot going on. So when I have 10 minutes, I want to know what I need to do within that 10 minutes to continue moving my business forward as I gain that time and everything, and being able to do it even full-time, part-time, whatever that's going to look like for you, however you want to adapt this to your business and what you want out of it. So she was awesome, really good. She gave us really tangible nuggets that we can actually work with and take with us, and different apps, things like that. So to get started, like I said, she was at UIA. She talked about on our call yesterday that we had 5 main income producing activities, which is what we do in our team, is connecting, follow up, the 3-way, presentations, and enrolling and launching a new associate. So first, in connecting. So you have your warm market, your cold market. Warm market is the people closest to you, the people you already know. They're in your network. You may be connecting with them here and there. You've known them for many years. And then you have your cold market, and those are the people you're going to meet, or you see around town, or you're at your kids' activities, things like that. Those are 2 different markets. And so what we're going to do is break that down. So you have your warm market, and if you go into the back, so isogenicsbusiness.com, you click on the Tools tab, the PDF tools, it's going to give you what's called a list, so you can just run down a connecting list, and it's going to give you a refresher of all the people that you may have ever run in contact with or anything like that, and then writing them all down. I believe on that sheet, I just printed it out here. So this is the sheet that I'm talking about. It's probably backward for you guys. But yeah, this sheet here, and see this list, you can fill all that out, and I believe there's 25 to 30 namespaces on this list. Start with that. Start with 30 people, write them on that list, and start connecting with those people. Do 1 sheet at a time. Nothing crazy like downloading your whole Facebook or your whole Facebook friends and all of that, and then trying to connect with everyone. Really, your first step would be to go ahead and connect on that one list. Just walk right on down it. And then 1 sheet at a time, go through more, and then really work with that warm market. And then you have your cold market that you're going to start working into. Here's one thing she really pointed on. Don't necessarily wait to build your cold market until you're already finished working with your warm market, because you're going to have a little bit of a gap there. So what she suggested was start building your cold market as you're working through your warm market. So cold market is, and she gave some really cool tips on that. So essentially you pick something you love to do, something you like to do, something you want to be involved with, even something you want to learn, and really join a group. So for me, I just started CrossFit about a month and a half ago. I'm starting to connect with those people. And so I want to learn how to cook. So I'm going to start looking at cooking classes and start connecting with those people. So I'm building that cold market, turning them into warm market, and then my more warm market list just keeps growing. And essentially you'll always have people to connect with. On a personal level, business level, nutrition, fitness, everything. On all those different levels, you're always building that network. And what she really kind of honed in on was, even with having kids, because a lot of us on here have kids and we just get overwhelmed with everything going on, is to connect even through like PTO, or going to their soccer games, going to different activities they have, even involved in their school a little more. So that way people get to know you, you're connecting with them on Facebook or Instagram, you're posting on Facebook and Instagram, and they're seeing what's going on. And then people are going to start asking you questions and connect with you and really open that door for you on just being able to connect with the cold market, things like that. And so find 3 to 4 groups. Don't go join 10 of them because you're going to get overwhelmed. 3 to 4 groups, and within that group, always try to connect with one person every time you go. So say I go to CrossFit 4 to 5 times a week. Every time I go, I'm connecting with one person. It could be the same person, could be a different person, however you want to work with that, even getting to know them. Sometimes even you would find out what class they go to often and say, hey, I'm new here too. Would you mind if we just connected, or if we came to the same class, something like that, just to build that connection with them. And eventually Isagenix will come up, business will come up, whatever they're looking for in that will come up. They're going to ask you what you do, things like that. And then just building that rapport with them at that point. So it's really building that connection, having your warm market, building your cold market as you're kind of having it all flow together. So yeah, 3 to 4 groups, nothing crazy, and not overwhelming yourself, anything like that. And then essentially, as you're talking to them, so you've got the connection and the follow-up, everything kind of going together. It's connecting with them. One way that she had talked about was really taking, so say you, however you're going to connect with them, through Messenger, Facebook, or text message, is she takes her phone and does a picture of her phone, a swipe. On ours, you swipe to the left and it takes a screenshot, all their information, and then you can just save it into a file, and then you go back to your file and you follow up, type of thing. And then you're adding them to your cold market or to your warm market, however list you want to put on, or however you're keeping track of that type of stuff. So that was really cool. That worked for me, or that's really good for me to get out. And because for me, as I'm starting to roll into this a little bit more, my warm market are like people from my high school days, and that was over 20 years ago. So it's like trying to rapport for them and try to connect with them is a little bit different. And still, I'm going down the feeds, I'm connecting with them on their Facebook posts, I'm writing on their Facebook posts just to kind of get that feed going. And what happens is also in your messenger, as you're talking to them as well. So say you connect with someone at the gym, and then you swipe, you make friends with them, send them a private message just saying, hey, it was great to meet you today at CrossFit. I hope to see you tomorrow morning, something like that. And what the algorithm does in Facebook, it actually recognizes you connecting with them. It's going to start showing you feeds from their Facebook. And so you can actually go in and comment on their stuff, and then they're going to start showing up more and more. That means that they're going to be seeing more of your information that you're putting out there as well, and how you're living and what you're doing with Isagenix and all that. And then, so much stuff. Okay, follow-up. Who really kind of has, I know a lot of us are really good at connecting. Follow-up is my kind of weakness, I guess you can say. And it's really keeping track of that and easy access to it, and where I'm keeping names, all that kind of stuff. She has what's called an app, and it's called Tick, T-I-K. And what she does, or what this does, is it's an app that you can create list, but in that list, it links up to a day of the week, so a month. And what you can do is, as you're connecting with people, this is for that time where you have like 10 minutes. So tomorrow, I already know who I'm going to connect with. It's on there on the app. It's all laid out for me, and I can just check it off each day as a list. And it tells me what people I'm connecting with. And what you can also do with that is, so say you've connected with them today, you can even put in there to connect with them or follow up with them in 2 weeks. You can actually set the date on when you want that to happen. It'll remind you that day. So that's where having your list on your phone is really going to help, and you have access to. So say you are at a kid's game or something and you have 10 minutes. You can totally pull up that app, see what you want to do for that day, check them off, and say you've got another 10 minutes at lunchtime or something. You're running through that app, checking off your list for that day. And so I've just started using that, and it's been really cool because it, like I said, it keeps track of what activities, income producing activities, you want to be doing every single day. It gives you that check off every day you look at it. Even looking ahead of what's going on. If you know you need to follow up with someone in 2 weeks, you can totally go in there and see what's going on 2 weeks from now, and who you're going to be checking in with. And yeah, just being able to use that. That's been really, that I'm learning to how to use that. And so for me, it's been really good so far. Just kind of keeping track of everything. Okay, so connecting we've gone over. The follow-up we've gone over. And then we've got our three-way calls and showing videos and then enrolling. And so, and then essentially launching your customer. So when it comes to launching your customer, another system she had talked about was when they get their product, you know when they're going to get their product, it's already in your app or on your calendar, and it's be able to walk through that product with them, because it's found if you're able to walk through that system with them and they're using it the correct way, then they're going to have longer retention. And so people are going to continue using product knowing that what they're using it correctly and they understand how it works. So when they do a launch, essentially it's opening their box with them. And you can do it either over the computer or in person. Usually, I mean, I like to go, if they're in town, I'll go over to their house and I'll open the box with them, and then we'll kind of go over everything together. So essentially you're taking the system out. You have one pile for shake days, one pile for cleanse days, and you put all the products that you use on a cleanse day in one pile, all the products you use on a shake day in another pile, and then in the middle you have products that you use on both days. So for instance, Isodelites. You're going to use those on cleanse days, and you can have those during your snacks on a regular shake day as well, or non-shake days, whatever that looks like. And so walking through each one of those and being able to see where all the products are, even on top, because a lot of people, even though it says on the label, sometimes they don't necessarily read the label. And sometimes you find out they're taking the wrong product at certain times a day, or they're taking not enough, or they're taking too much. And so you can even write right on the top, like 2 times a day for your cleanse, or 4 times a day for your cleanse, 2 scoops if they're doing powder, to kind of give them really that visual of what they're getting and how the system's going to work and what they're going to be working with. And then even she had talked about taking the products like Isodelites, setting enough aside to do the 4-day cleanses or 2 deep cleanses, however you want to look at that, putting all that in the cleanse, and then having that other pile that they can just snack on whenever they want to. So being able to have all that set aside, so by the time they're in their, so say a 30-day, their 4th week doing a cleanse, they're not out of product, or they're not out of Isodelites. They've already set that product aside for them to be able to have on a cleanse day, which was really awesome to me, because it tends to be, especially if someone gets a value pack, it tends to be very overwhelming of how much product is really in there. And they're not quite sure what to do with it. So sitting down with them, separating it out for them so they can visually see it, and then they can work with what they have so that they continue to see the results that they want to get. And then, so it's kind of, so once they start with that, and usually if you're having more than 1 or 2 people starting a pack or anything like that, what you can do is take in kind of everybody kind of works together. So you kind of create a Facebook group, and this is what's going to build that camaraderie, that team aspect, all of that. In what a lot of people love about Isagenix is the community, and really being able to build that for them. And so essentially putting them into a Facebook group all together, or a message thread all together, and introducing them, saying, hey, this is so-and-so, they're all working together and we're all starting on Monday to do a 30-day, and we're all going to cleanse at the same time, and all that, so that they're able to ask each other questions as well. And then you're also in there able to answer questions as well. And so that was really cool, because then it takes all the pressure off of everyone having to know the answers, and they're just learning from each other and building that camaraderie and that team aspect with each other. And then, okay, so kind of back to, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, back to the Tick app. Because as you're enrolling people and as they're using their system, you're also going to be wanting to check in with them. So what we usually do is about 5 days before their auto ship, you want to connect with them and say, hey, your auto ship's about to come up. I would love to chat with you, see what you loved about it, what products you didn't necessarily like, what we can change, what we can substitute for that, and really tailor that auto ship to give them an even better experience as they're maintaining or they're working towards even more weight loss, energy gain, and whatever they're looking for. And so even in the Tick app, you can go 5 days before their auto ship, reach out to Jenny and tell her that her auto ship's coming up, or reach out to Jenny and do an auto ship overview, see what she needs to do. And so that kind of takes the pressure off of having to use like a paper calendar or anything like that, and having these boxes all over the place. You're always following people and really being diligent about being organized with connecting with your people before their auto ships. Because I know for me, there were a couple of times I've let that slip through the cracks, and the system actually went through the auto ship again, even though that's not necessarily what they were looking for. They were cool about it. They were awesome about it. And it's just, they're like, well, I'll just do a system again. But really having that kind of customer service with them and being able to connect with them before it happens and seeing what they like and that they don't like, that also gives you the opportunity to open their eyes up to new product or different products they may not have tried yet. And besides them just thinking, oh, I don't like this one, I'm not going to use this anymore, or this system, I'm not going to use this, really giving them different ways to use the system, because we all know how to use it differently and what products there are. And then, yeah, places, launching. I think that's about all I have. I know it was a really quick call, but I wanted to sit down and take that information that we got yesterday and kind of condense it for everybody into something that really gives you tangible steps to be able to take when organizing everything. And I totally know all of you guys probably have questions or you're looking for more, so you can message me and do all that if you need to. And you have to get some more information. But again, Tick app is what's perfect for all of this. Go down, download it, take a look, kind of see how that would work for you. If computer or the phone is not your way of organizing, there is another system you can use that she had talked about, and it's the 3x5 note card system. So essentially you have a box and you have 12 organizers in it, and you have a card in there for each day of the month, and then for each month. And then you're writing on it, follow up with so-and-so, connect with so-and-so, and you have it in your box. And on that day, you pull out your card and you read what you're going to do on that day. So say you enroll someone that day, say the 3rd of November, you're going to pull out your card for the 10th of November and say you're going to follow up with them. Or they're going to get their product that day and you're going to do an unboxing with them, type of thing. So again, if the app is not necessarily how you want to organize, you can also use some sort of system like that. That helps as well. So I encourage you guys to go onto isagenixbusiness.com, go into the tools and then the PDF tools, pull up that sheet and just write 30 to 50 people down. We don't have to do hundreds of people at once. Work through that slowly, and then also have your people who are doing it, who are new. Go in there, download that, work slowly on their warm market, build up your cold market as you're going through your warm market with joining groups, getting out and meeting people, PTA or PTOs, being involved with the school a lot more. Again, just connecting with people. Very, very simple to do. Build that relationship, and then it'll work its way into talking about Isagenix at some point. Product, I mean, even people ask me all the time how business is going because they know we do it. And so that's always opening that door for even more in-depth discussion with them, because we've connected through church or through CrossFit or anything like that. And really, yeah, just growing that. Okay, I'm going to unmute. I think I know how to do this without actually breaking it. So let me do this real quick. That's me. Okay, first I'll go ahead. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I'm just gonna do one by one. Oh wait, unmute all. I found it. Yes, you guys, this is perfect. Thank you for bearing with me. Do you guys have any questions at all? I know I kind of went through that quick.
You did great.
I was taking notes, so.
Perfect. Yes, let me go ahead and I'll stop the